All right, so I want to wait until I can see that I'm live this time before I say anything relevant because I did try to stream before and found out I wasted some time there. All right, so I can see I've been going for about 6 seconds now that I'm actually streaming. So, yep, yeah, lessons learned there. Make sure you're streaming before you dedicate some time to streaming. I'm going to share this link again. And if you'd watched that first stream that I attempted, I immediately had people find a way to mess with it um, by injecting messages into the chat. So I took away their ability to message, and then they started doing it from the Discord, which has a channel where you can add messages. So from the Discord itself. So what I've done for this stream is I haven't chosen to give back anyone the ability to message in the channel. I can probably do that outside stream. It's a simple toggle, really. And I've disabled people's ability to put messages in the Discord while I stream. So, and it's a temporary thing, so anyone that's got a problem with it, they can have a nice cry. Um, Now, what I wanted to show before, and you can almost think about this as a part two, so I recommend looking at the previous video, is how baritone functions. Now, you may already know about baritone. So someone that already knows about it, this is recap. And if you notice I have slightly different items, it's because I did this in my last quote-unquote stream that did not happen. Um, this one is very much real, though. I'm going to go to the end here a bit, and you can notice I can do T, B, mine, diamond, ore, and then deep slate, diamond, ore, because now you've got both of those to deal with, and I've had to get better at spelling deep slate. And baritone's gonna take it away. He's gonna go straight for that good diamond stuff. And you'll notice a lot of these paths already kind of exist from previous baritoning. So many might call this cheating if it wasn't actually allowed within the rules of the server. Don't do this on servers where it's not allowed. I'm not teaching you how to play Minecraft. I'm teaching you how to play Anarchy Minecraft. Might not be even teaching, just demonstrating to people that already know in many cases. Because chances are, if you are here right now, you either already know me, or you've been watching FitMC videos, or somewhere in between. So, done a lot of this in 2B, and it can get quite monotonous. A lot of the reason I'm here now is I'm at a point in 2B 2T where all I have to do is get to the world border, and it's a long walk. So, there are some things that can speed it up, but it's not fast. I'm just going to get this one last diamond ore and get ready for the next step here, because I've already got plenty of diamond for now, and this is not entertainment. Well, it can be. And we're going to use baritone to send us back to the beginning of our mine. You can see that path. It will, the way I have it set, it's definitely going to avoid entities, mobs, I should say, at all costs. If you have your baritone on default settings, don't be surprised if you have some close encounters with skeletons and zombies while mining. That's all part of the fun, I guess. Back at the bottom of the ladder, and we'll go up and just in that quick demonstration, 4 diamonds, nothing too special. I'll have a pork chop. But also in the last video, I elaborated on, my portal has a giant crimson forest on the other end. I may have already showed that off, meaning I have easy access to piglins for trading, but I want to have a dedicated piglin I can get to. There's a skeleton in there. And to do that, I need a name tag, and you get a name tag from fishing. And so if I look at the time here, it's 8:31 for the server, so I can grab a fishing rod. Boop. And if I go up here to the surface, right off the bat, I should show that most people have this in a client if they're using one, where they just grab their fishing rod and fishing. I'm not actually clicking there, and that means you can walk away, you can have lunch, you can do whatever if you're in a safe place and you can keep fishing. There are some problems with this, such as you want to make sure you have something over your head and plenty of protection from drowned coming from the water and monsters coming from behind you. Now, monsters from behind you, that's obvious. Skeletons, zombies, etc. Drowned, basically water zombies with the occasional trident. And also there are phantoms which can appear above my head. Not cool. But they shouldn't be able to spawn as long as I'm fishing with a block above my head, and the bobber should still be able to fish treasure as long as there's no blocks over the bobber. So I can be under a block, it cannot be under a block. It should be in open water, and I want to make sure I'm not in the visual range of any drowned. So later on, off screen or maybe on screen at some point, I want to make an AFK fishing stand, but the actual using of it would be boring. But basically, I'll be standing on some hoppers that go into some chests below, and then we'll fill up with fish. Might even do that nowish, um, but we showed off some baritone there. Uh, I'm wondering what, okay, there we go. So I have waypoints as well. So H1, home one, because it's easy to lose your trap door in the ground. But I didn't want to have to rush and make a structure above ground because I want to take my time with that. Um, this is where this was a little bit more foresty, and it's becoming less foresty with every passing tree that I fell. Very nice. It's a beautiful biome. I mean, depending on how beautiful you find block game. So very nice place to have settled down. Um, Oddly, no villages nearby that I found. You see a little bit of a bridge that I made to get to that lava lake, but I don't really need lava at the moment. Looks like there's lava out there. Um, Probably would get some, if I move more in this direction, I can right click, set a temporary waypoint. I could try doing like exploring and walking that way. You can see in the top left, it makes a red X. The X seems to be randomized, the color at least. But temporary waypoints always have that X. And you can see other waypoints out there basically spawn, because when I'm at spawn, I kind of want to know exactly where the spawn point is and where 0, 0 is. Not a lot to do at spawn at the moment for me until I have, enchanting tables and raid farms, and there's a lot to come, but hey, that's content, right? Stuff to stream. Um, Even if the stream's not popular, it'll be fun for me to kind of document my process as I develop, and at some point maybe someone would sit down and watch them all. I mean, I'm self-absorbed enough, I'll probably rewatch my own videos. So I made it to that point. So that means if I press M now, I've rendered a bit more and I can kind of see what's beyond, and it just looks like another forest. Oh geez. That's kill aura still being on, so pig got a bit close. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad time to grab some food. Goodbye, pig. Use the sword at least. So kill aura is pretty good because the PvP mechanics are a little bit different in the newer versions, and there's a lot of like running forward and power slashes and whatnot, whatever you want to call it. I see a cow, some beef. The newer versions of Minecraft as well, now you've got baby animals. So it's a shame that kill aura kills them as well, because there's no reason to kill a baby animal that I'm aware of. But hey, maybe you're just like sadistic like that. More cow. I do like the beef. Beef is good. Always need beef. At some point, if I have a gold farm or if I've just baritoned enough gold, we'll get some carrots. And the carrots, those are most likely going to come from a village when we find a village. And finding that village will require some... Oh, turn my no fall back on. Taking fall damage like a peasant. So we'll delete that temporary waypoint there. And I see some snow. So, I mean, that could be interesting, whatever's out there. Set temporary waypoint. We'll push a little bit farther west. That temporary waypoint's only 156 blocks away. That's a pretty decent view distance. Oh, berries. It might be useful for something like eating. I don't know, I'm a hoarder. Grab berries now, find a use for them later. I'm not big on eating the berries. Might grab some flowers. So I always make a flower chest. It's not because I love planting flowers, it's because I like turning things colors. So I do notice in my base I had a white bed. It was kind of sad. Also, when I get some sheeps, you can dye the sheeps. There's a chicken down there. This is no fall rubber banding me. That is not a glitch. It is a feature. An anti-cheat feature. Kind of ironic calling an anti-cheat when it's allowed. It's more like mod resistance, if you want to call it that. Oh, I can see that underground there's a creeper there, but hey, not my problem. And let's see what's on our world map now, because I think we almost made it to that X, didn't we? I didn't actually register in my mind when we reached it, and it looks like we didn't. So I got distracted by animals. Boop, 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 boop. Watch the anti-cheat kick in when it notices me jumping. I can toggle off no fall. I mean, it's because I have no fall on if I turn it off. I can jump all I want, because it doesn't seem to know the difference between a jump that's going to cause me fall damage and not. And if I keep jumping in succession, that happens. No villages. You always find a village when you don't need one. But this is an opportunity. We're walking around in an Anarchy server. It's almost shameful. Take a little bit more birch. I'm going to make a boat. Some of you might already know what's coming. And if you don't, I hope you enjoy this. Yeah, that was a typo. That's a boat. I'm going to make another one, because boats break down, so to speak. Or probably better said is they break into pieces. And we'll leave that chest, that crafting table there. And the sun is going down, so it's the best time to get into the air. Okay? That's the best. And I got kicked from my own server. Flying. Not enabled on the server. He should be, look at that. I'm just getting in trouble with myself. So let's look at the boat fly. And increase the fall speed. 1 block a second? Let's try 0.7. We definitely want to be falling a little bit more. Hey, okay, so we haven't been kicked yet. So basically, if you're falling a certain amount a second, and then you use the space bar to go up, then the server can't tell that I am flying because I'm falling very slowly, which is very different from flying. And this gives me the ability to travel in a very unsavory way. If this was a properly moderated server, not moderated, but you know what I mean. I'm going to set this out here, set a temporary waypoint, and we're going to move towards that in style. Now this is a great way to explore, especially early game. Boatfly is just, it's an overpowered way to cover distance. So you can see there's that waypoint I made. I don't even need to step foot on ground. The only thing I'd have to worry about is phantoms, and don't know about you, I haven't seen one yet, so I'm probably well rested at the moment. Now the speed could do with some improvement, so I'm going to park on this tree, and we're going to go back to the boat fly. I'm going to right click on that. We're just going to crank that 15. I mean, there is too fast. Too fast is a thing. And amazingly, still no village. I'm going to put an X here in this big black area because we're just trying to render map. Map is good. Get to know the lay of our land, what's around us. I'm seeing people leave the game. Oh well. We still have Undead and Axolot. Up to nefarious things, I'm sure. And if I look at my stream, click my own link. Doesn't look at any chats there. Good. And render. Now, park on a tree again. Apologies. Close that. I don't have any concurrent viewers. I can see the chat. Okay, so I can do this all from the studio. That's a good way to do it. As long as it's recording. That's all that I'm really concerned about, because I'm not even sure if there's a way for people to find this stream right now while it's live. Definitely flying a little bit faster now. Still have not seen a village. Now, villages are kind of a common thing. They're not supposed to be hard to find. I mean, if they are, it's never been hard for me to find one. Looking at this world map, I don't even see telltale signs of one yet. It's probably worth checking in this area, even though it's in the opposite direction, just because at that point that would be a lot closer to me. So we see that X there, and we're just gonna make our way. Now I can see slowly losing altitude. We'll go up a little bit. So there's our home over there. These waypoints are a real life changer. And bees. Should remember we got bees down there. That cow will probably not be there next time I come back. So much food. Some people see cute, cuddly animals. I see food and donkeys. Don't eat donkeys. Don't kill donkeys. Feed donkeys. Pumpkins. I think we'll take a little detour because pumpkins are pumpkins. You can easily make an auto pumpkin farm. And if we see an Enderman, we can easily survive it. Ah, snow biome. Snow. Very nice. We have some kill messages down there. Who is Undead Billy Boss was killed by Undead Bee Boss on top trying to hurt Zombie. Ah, they're attacking the stream again. But you know what? I'm not doing baritone right now. So he can do as he pleases. I'm not really doing any commands right now. So, Undead Bee Boss is welcome to love his death loop. I admire the dedication to the craft. They're probably like infuriated I'm having a nice little Minecraft stream on an Anarchy server. Like, I told them I was going to take away their chat privileges in the Discord, just for the stream. And they're like, that's not Anarchy. No rules means no rules. That's the problem. I didn't make a rule they couldn't chat. I just disabled their ability to. Alright. Do we have a village yet? Doesn't look like it. Another one of those portals. I'm gonna park on this tree. Disappointing, disappointing. I mean, we're definitely covering ground and discovering, but still. We'll get rid of these temporary waypoints, and we'll go back into the air. If I don't find anything here, more pumpkins. A village, villagers. Bowfly is also a great way to move villagers around, so I will be making a villager prison. We'll be breeding villagers. I see zombies, and I feel bad for my villagers. They're gonna die. They're gonna die if I don't deload them. But they're crops. There's more villagers out there. These ones might die. That's okay. I don't need wheat. I just grab pumpkins. Please, 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 please don't kill the villagers. I see some composters. It's just wheat. I was really hoping to find some carrots. I would much rather have a carrot farm early game. Sometimes these villages kind of go up onto the higher levels as well. This one kind of does. I don't see any more structures. So, and it's only two villagers down there, and a bell. The bell might be handy at some point. Do we have room in our inventory for a bell? And the sun is up. Lucky for the villagers. I'm gonna take their bell. Yeah. Did not expect the zombie. Yeah, I shouldn't really run from a zombie, 'cause I can kill him. Alright, there's more than, that's a little villager, baby villager. They're breeding. Well done, villagers. The only sad thing about them is they are destined to just be in prison. And, librarians. They're future librarians. One day. Not a single carrot. Got those pumpkins, I got those berries. But it's just not carrots. I mean, I could kill plenty of cows, and we're gonna have a lot of fish. But golden carrots are probably the best food that you can farm sustainably. Assuming you have a gold farm, I plan to really early on just mine gold with baritone. I'm curious if our friend, Undead Bee Boss, is still dying. They say to this day, oh, they all left. So sad. I'm gonna go back to my home. It's getting kind of late here, and I don't know how long is too long for a stream with no people. Oh, someone says I love you, bro. Thanks, Sack the Baggins. I'm sure that's an appropriate name. Yeah. I might have a viewer right now. I don't even know how to read what I'm looking at in the studio thing. Throw back to the crafting table. This boat's covered some distance. We're just gonna work our way back to home with our... We didn't get a lot. Basically, we just flew around on a boat and rendered more of the map. We found a village, which is great. Didn't find carrots. Not really necessary. I'm thinking probably when I'm back, whenever that is. Definitely soon, I'm sure. Got to make that AFK fishing spot, and if I don't wait for you to make it, I'll show it to you. Because you know, people have seen biomes before. They know naturally generated terrain. I can talk about stuff all day long, especially people playing Anarchy Minecraft. I expect them to already know all the vanilla mechanics and the builds, but we're still going to need them. And as our farms get better, you'll be able to see how all these tools eventually come into play to make everything a little bit more powerful. And uh, yeah, end game is going to be literally getting to a point where, well, I don't want to spoil it, but obviously the typical vanilla end game of God Gear. But there is some stuff hidden in the server. There is a we'll talk about that later. It's too soon. All right, gonna end the stream now.